Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Bit of a lucky escape, or whichever way you want to look at it, unlucky escape. I was out on my GP and the crankshaft decided to seize. This was supplied by AF Race Speed when they built the engine originally, and it is rock solid. Look at that. Oh, put that down a minute. Absolutely rock solid. Never had a crankshaft go on me before, so it was a bit of a new learning lesson for me. It doesn't look like it was in bad nick, but I don't know if you can actually see in there with the lighting, but the roller bearings have started to disintegrate. So the reason why I say it's lucky for me is because my piston and barrel, again, sorry about the lighting, are absolutely unscored, undamaged, no seizure marks on it, you know, absolutely mint. And also as well, if you were checking on, which I always advise people to do, is check on the colour of your spark plug. Chocolate brown, probably running a little bit hot, but it was hot on Sunday. No damage to the cylinder head. So at the moment I've got the engine apart, the clutch. I went through basically while the engine was in the scooter and took bits out to find. I did think it was a seizure at the beginning, but I've never had a seizure that wouldn't, you know, with a bit of persuasion, unseize. But I've never had a crankshaft go on me, and you could stand on the kickstart. Literally, it is locked solid, absolutely 100% solid. I've got one on order with Taylor Tuning, which is going to be here in about a week's time. So I mean, the big end there showing a lot of heat marks on it, but you know, I can't do any more than put the oil in that you're supposed to put in. You know, it's just one of them things that happen to you. Like I say, if that would have destroyed and dropped and broke the crankshaft, then that could have dropped through the engine casing, taking the engine casing out. I've seen pictures on the internet of the piston barrel head being destroyed. You know, you're into probably that nowadays around about 1,200 quid to get all that sorted out again, or you buy a new engine for about 500 quid. And new crankshaft, which, you know, you're talking a couple of hundred quid for a reasonable racing one, up to 400 quid depending on what you're going for. You know, the RB kit now is probably about 600 to 800 quid depending on which spec you go for. So, you know, you're still talking a good 600 plus an engine case, £1,000 using all your components. Now, I can't sing the praises of these cassette clutches enough. I mean, that's been in for quite a few years now, and there's no damage, no wear on it. You know, hats off to Race Speed. I really like them clutches. And in a tuned motor, they are nice. You know, there's a nice snatch point to it. They're very on the ball. But I was just giving people an update, and I was comparing the crank between, this is a P200 crank, a genuine P200 crank. Just I didn't use this when I rebuilt my engine. It actually came out of the engine. There's nothing wrong with it, absolutely nothing wrong with it. It runs free and what have you. I just put a racing Mazzucchelli crankshaft in it. You know, it's just been hanging around for probably 6 or 7 years now doing nothing. But I was just comparing, you know, float gaps here, and you know, there was nothing wrong with the crankshaft as such. It's just a bearing, whether it's the coating on the big end pin or the actual pins themselves are cheap. I don't know. I keep reading different stories of woe with these crankshafts, so you know, I can't comment on that because that's nothing. You know, I don't have history of loads of these crankshafts, so it looks like the needle rollers, you know, started to come out. So and they caught them a little bit here. And I noticed as well, one of the sides of the webs, that side of the web's got a few scratch marks on it. You know, what can you say? It's got a couple of digs in it here and there. It's got JC written on it. Anybody know who JC is? Drop us a line. But you know, I've always rated that crank, to be honest, and before it gave way, dare I say, the scooter's been running the best it has ever been. So oh, I thought this was Scooter's India. It's Innocenti. It's got Innocenti markings on it, which is weird. Yeah, we've got the Innocenti marking there on both webs. I'm now at a loss, because that's definitely not an Innocenti conrod and whatever. It was polished, you know, like the end is, like polished chrome or whatever. The small end bearing, like I say, the top end of the engine, no problem whatsoever. So when I get the crankshaft in, obviously I'll go through rebuilding the engine. I might pull it out the frame yet, I don't know. It just makes it so much easier to put everything back on again. And I'm dropping me 42 inch or 48 inch 48 millimeter even, get my teeth in, sorry about that, exhaust. I'm putting a Scorpion on, simply because the Clubman, although it works fine and not a problem with it, is very, very loud. I don't know why. You know, they are such loud exhaust. So I'll not get rid of it, I'll keep it anyway. It's always handy to have a couple of exhausts around. It might even go on that engine. I'm debating whether to tune that engine or not. That's my Li Series 2 spare engine. No, it's currently got a Scooter's India top end on it, but I've got a 186 with a racing head, and I've got 26mm carb, so I might go and still tune that up and stick a cassette clutch into that one as well, because I think they're one of the best clutches on the market, to be honest with you. Right, that was just a quick brief update anyway, so keep watching. Sorry, been quiet at the moment, but work is literally full steam ahead. You know, I've never been so busy with work, and your downtime doing scooters and what have you is on the back burner. But you know, I was doing the Series 2, which is I could do without, you know, the crankshaft being destroyed, but you know, it's taken the P200 off the the GP's off the road at the moment, but you know, next weekend it'll be done anyway. It'll be back on the road again. But I've the trusted steed, as I call her, the P200, I'll be running around on that when I go out on it. At the moment, I went out on that in the midweek to the EMSA do, and you know, I went last year on it to beat the bikers in Matlock, but I went on the GP this year, and like I say, you know, I was on the A38 belting along, and the crank decided it wasn't going to live in this earth anymore. But I'm going to take it to Taylor Tuning anyway, see what they think about it, because they keep saying that AF cranks have got AF written on them, but this is quite an old AF Rapido, racing Rapido kit. And to be honest with you, I really like the kit. It's a little bit revvy, if I'm being totally honest, but it gets me from A to B, and if you want to move, it does move, and it's very good. You know, when you're running down the side of traffic, etc., and you know, you're keeping up with modern day traffic, it's not a 100-mile-an-hour scooter, but it'll sit 70 mile an hour no problem. So it was doing about 65 to 70 when it decided to you know, this beast decided to die on me. But I've got everything out of it. Like I say, the engine is stripped down in the frame, so I'll decide whether I was gonna change the cables on it this year anyway, so it might just come out and go up on my stand, and we'll do a proper video of it, or I might put the stand down and just, you know, it's a bit more awkward in the frame, isn't it, is what I'm trying to say. So keep watching, everybody, look after everybody, and I'll catch you on the next one, which will probably be about a week's time on this, unless I go out Wednesday night, and that'll be on the P2 again. So take care, everyone. Bye for now.